A vision of the visionary, long called to be revolutionary. See, I'm writing this to men who have been long called to be revolutionary, and not to these boys in bodies of men. See, man was never meant to roam this world a common man, but to stand out a superman. See, man is more than and not just the flexing of muscles. Your masculinity never made you a man. Playing around ladies like it's solitaire never made you a man. You must be a J joker, for no Q queen would A demand such mistreatment from a K king. Fluency of speech never made you a man. For even though Moses kept stammering, yet he was still a man. See, you're not a man because you're tall, because even though Zacchaeus was probably shorter than most pulpits in churches, yet he was still a man. See, that strong voice was never to be raised against her, but to soothe her with poetic gestures, giving her roses with your words. Slipping around never made you a man, but rather exposed the shallowness of your character. For a real man never takes advantage of his woman, but waits for the right time when God would bring an end to his season of waiting, joining the two in holy matrimony. So ladies in the house, if he keeps pestering you, but hasn't put a ring around your finger, then just give him the first of the Corinthians chapter 6 verse 12 to 18, and believe me, in 6 hours, he'll share in your value for purity. See, a boy becomes a man when he puts down the petty toys and holds on to him who gives clarity of vision. And when I talk about toys, I ain't talking about what you think you already know. Let me clarify. See, a toy is anything a man pulls out in times of distress, bringing pleasure without closure. See, these toys will destroy you, young man, taking you away from God's originals and making your life a toy story. So now your life's an empty vampire diary, full of activity but no life, full of movement but never a destination. For man was never meant to roam this world a common man, but to stand out a superman. See, man malfunctions whenever he steps out of God's presence. It's like a baby without a cradle, a candle without a flame, a bike without a saddle, a house without a roof, a shoe without its laces. So now he sees less and less of who God predestined him to be, and now he's weak like it's 7 days. See, it's high time we arose a new breed of men after God's heart and not earthly pleasures. Men who will take time to pray and study his word, for all you ever need to become all God predestined you to be is wrapped up in God's word. But in the midst of this paradox, he reminds me that he has taken the weak things of this world to confound the strong. See, he gives beauty for ashes, love for hate, hope to the hopeless, life to the lifeless, a comfort to the widows, and the father to the fatherless. You think he's not touched by your infirmities? See, he sticks closer than a brother. So my brother, don't worry about that sister who disappointed you. You've got your Jesus. See, he sets the end from the beginning. So like Optimus, he restores you to your prime. See, he restores the years that the cankerworms have eaten, so you'll never lose a battle. So in my plight to eradicate the circus of a life, to put down the petty video games, for this is the real call of duty. See, this is no mortal combat, because my combat is not mortal but spiritual. As I trampling upon scorpions and serpents, I see the blood that he shed, that could not be measured in pins to count, how he who knew no sin became sin, that I who knew sin would know no sin and become like him, sinless. See, the cross could not hold him down, the grave could not contain him. So when he died, I died in him. When he was buried, I was buried with him, but the sting of death could not hold him down. So on the resurrection, I resurrected Jesus, my first love. See, he makes me a superman. I need no kryptonite to activate this life of God in me. I need no television to tell a vision of what God has done in me. See, God is not on Twitter, but I follow his tweets daily. He's not on Facebook, but I find time to fess his holy books. He's not on WhatsApp, but when I wrap my mind around it, God is really what's up. So now, I found a higher life in him. superior to sickness, hopelessness, inferiority, mediocrity, stagnation, regression, retrogression. A life that makes me incapable of failing in any undertaking. Not like the undertaker, but you see, when Christ found me, he took me from under and set my feet upon the rock, like the rock facing John Cena. Now I know you didn't get me right. But see, when Christ found me, he set my feet upon the rock, like the rock facing John, the sinner who became an apostle. See, early in the morning I sought after you, but realized that I didn't have to look so far, for you live in me. In every cell of my body, more than the microscope could show, for this life of God in me isn't microscopic. His spirit and mine intertwined. Take a good look at me. You can see his fire in my eyes. 24/7 of every day, I fix my gaze on his word, and I see his holy writ building, molding, forming, and shaping me into this man, a Proverbs 32 man. Ladies and gentlemen, a real man, therefore, is a carrier of God's presence.